It looks like he's moving in now with the Zerglings, trying to take out that scout. Awful lot of Zerglings here from GGPlay, but Fantasy's going to be able to see that huge grouping of Zerglings. He's going to know those are coming. I doubt that GGPlay is going to keep them back. It looks like he is going to try to push the front now. Yeah, and Fantasy is ready here, building a bunker. That bunker might be a bit late, though. The Zerglings are going to rush in here pretty soon, but those Marines are being protected quite well by the SCVs. I'm not sure if GGPlay is going to have enough Zerglings to get the job done here. And there is a firebat guarding the place where the Zerglings would run up, so I think that's going to be suicide if GGPlay tries to run up there. Looks like GGPlay is falling back. He committed a lot of minerals to those Zerglings, and he's going to have to find some way to use them effectively. Maybe he can just send them around the map and bury them as scouts. But you see, there is the... I think that was the academy. No, not the academy. It looks like another barracks going up because that academy is up already. Taking down a lot of Zerglings here. GGPlay carelessly losing a few Zerglings. Sneaking a couple in to get the scout. Very smart play there. He needed that scouting information. Now he's going to know exactly what's going on here. Sees that engineering bay. And there's a spire going up, so I'm sure the Fantasy scanned that just a second ago. I heard the little scan sound, so he's going to have turrets up shortly. And I'm not sure how successful a Mutalisk harass is going to be. There are firebats down, which is always a good sign for a Zerg player going for a Mutalisk harass. That means less Marines out. And it looks like GGPlay is going to hold his Zerglings back, going to use them for a defense. Probably the smartest thing to do once he goes out with his Mutalisk. He's going to need something at home to defend. And there's some turrets going up for Fantasy, so Fantasy's going to be prepared for that Mutalisk harass. And now the Hydralisk den going down for GGPlay, so GGPlay is going to be able to switch between Mutalisk and Hydralisk whenever he wants to. It's always good for a Zerg player to have that kind of maneuverability, I think is the word for it, to be able to switch between troops like that. Because that's really one of the biggest advantages of a Zerg player, being able to just go all out Mutalisk, and as soon as the Mutalisk die, just go all out Hydralisk. And other races can't do that. I mean, Protoss, they sort of can, because the Gateway does put out a lot of units, but if they want flying units, they'll have to make a Stargate. But with Zerg, all units come from one source, the hatchery, so they're able to switch quite effectively. And now it looks like GGPlay is going in for this harassment. He's grouping his Mutalisks up. He might be waiting for a couple more Mutalisks or maybe Zerglings to help him with this attack. But no, he is going in right now, coming in from behind. A couple turrets there. He's able to take out one turret, but Fantasy is doing a good job of defending, replacing that turret almost immediately, keeping just the right amount of Marines there to scare GGPlay off. Very good play from Fantasy, I gotta say. So, yeah, I think GGPlay's got to cut his losses here and maybe try the natural expansion, because 3 turrets is going to be enough to hold this off easily. But now he looks like he has found a hole down here, and he's coming up from behind, going to be able to take out these SCVs. But Fantasy doing a good job of boxing those Mutalisks in. Did a lot of damage to him, and he has a ton of turrets around. So, Mutalisk harassment's probably not going to do much more here, but luckily for GGPlay, he's not going for all Mutalisks this time. He did have his Hydralisk den down. Going to be able to tech up to Lurkers, which he has 6 of them morphing right now, so that's definitely going to be beneficial for him. If he can keep this Medic Marine force low and keep Fantasy from moving out, he's going to be able to push up with those Lurkers and do a contain. That will be super helpful for him. You see the Queen's Nest is going up now, so he's going to have some Defiler tech out pretty soon. And yeah, I think Dark Swarms would definitely swing this in GGPlay's favor. GGPlay is very good with Dark Swarms. I just watched some of his matches against Iris, and he used great swarm play. But you know, Fantasy is moving in, getting caught a little bit off guard here. Very careless by Fantasy, moving in a little bit too soon. I'm not sure if Fantasy was even paying attention there, but now he knows the Lurkers are there finally. Didn't even scan there to take out the Lurkers, just kind of had his Medic and Marines on move position. So GGPlay able to get quite a few kills there. And we'll see. Fantasy is putting off awful lot of medic marines. He was going to try to push in to get those lurkers, but he saw those other 2 lurkers coming in. Knew he wouldn't be able to hold it. Excuse me. Now it looks like he's trying to swing around, but GGPlay is tightening the noose here, moving his lurkers in bit by bit, pushing that medic and marine force down. And it looks like GGPlay might be going for kind of a counterattack here, maybe kind of a fake counterattack. It looks like he's bringing in a very well-rounded force to take out this medic and marine force. Medic and marines being picked off left and right though, and now the science vessel is finally out, so he's going to be able to deal with those lurkers. And GGPlay getting some more harassment out at that still unguarded underbelly of the main for Fantasy here. Fantasy doesn't have a whole lot of marines to deal with this here, so GGPlay might be able to get a lot done here. He's bringing his lurkers back because that science vessel is going to irradiate him if he doesn't run. He has quite a few lurkers here, so I think if GGPlay gathers enough troops, he'll be able to push into the natural expansion and take it down pretty easily. You see a lot of Zerglings out here. A lot of Zerglings, Mutalisks, and Lurkers, a very good force for taking out a medic marine force. And if he gets a couple Scourge out, this will pretty much be it for Fantasy, because he only has 1 science vessel here. There was that Zergling scouting. That's a very good scout for GGPlay. GGPlay is going to be able to get kind of a flank going here. See, he is trying to tighten the noose here, trying to move in from all sides. Being warded off a little bit here. Got a little bit of scout there. That Zergling managed to run away unscathed. And that science vessel going out kind of careless by Fantasy. Is falling back to his marine force. I see what's happening now. So now he has 2 science vessels out. And we'll see if GGPlay is able to get some Scourges on those vessels, and if he is able to Scourge those vessels, this is I think it's going to be it for Fantasy, because this is a huge force of Lurkers and just Zerglings. But now you see a dropship is coming down here, spotted by an Overlord. And here comes the Scourge to intercept the dropship. We'll see if it's going to be successful. I think the Scourge are going to get that dropship. I'm not sure if GGPlay is going to be able to get the dropship, and it looks like he is. Fantasy running away, but going to be able to drop off a couple troops before that shuttle just goes down. That dropship goes down, rather. So that sneaky little attack wasn't a very big success, and now I think might see a big battle here in the middle. Looks like neither side is content to commit to that assault, though. And it looks like Fantasy might be thinking about pushing the natural expansion right now. It looks like he is moving in all of his troops, going to siege and try to take out all of this. And now there are defilers out, consuming all kinds of Zerglings, getting a lot of Dark Swarm off here. This is going to be a huge battle in here in the middle. GGPlay trying to go in for that pincer. It looks like he's doing a very good job taking out those tanks. And now the Scourge almost taking out a science vessel. GGPlay doing a good job defending there. Has a Nidus Canal up. Very smart.